jmc6000 here on location at my local Ford dealership, and the reason why I'm coming to you on location is to bring you this right here. That's right, the 2024 Ford Ranger. Now, I've done a Ranger review before, but the reason why I'm showing you this Ford Ranger is because, oh, maybe hard to see, but it has a 2.7 V6, 1923 fuel mileage. I mean, you really can't see. 20 miles per gallon combined. This particular truck goes for $49,035. Pretty much has every option that you can put on an XLT. It is kind of pricey, but I've seen these with the V6 go for around $45. If you just get a base XLT with the V6, go for around $45. This has the bed liner inside. This is an XLT package. This does have the 2.7, and let me kind of show you underneath the hood. Kind of doing this one-handed, so bear with me. There it is, the 2.7 liter V6. Pretty much everything is easy to get to. I love how you can see the turbo right there. It runs nice and smooth. I mean, it's a smooth running V6. You can see the other turbo right over there. And actually, it doesn't look too bad under here. I mean, things are pretty easily manageable. Everything's easy to get to. Air filter right there. Coolant overflow, battery. It is windy out here. So let me get inside. Let me kind of show you the room in this back row here. This is sitting behind myself. Ranger, I love how they have this scalloped behind the driver and behind the passenger seats. Plenty of room back here. I'll shut the door, and then, as you can tell, plenty of headroom. And you can just see we got nice amenities back here. Nice armrests, cup holders. I would love it if Ford would actually equip this thing with air vents in the back. I'm not quite sure why we don't have air vents. The Australian Rangers, the other places that have this Ranger have air vents in the back, but for some reason the American Ranger does not. We do get USB-A and USB-C. We do get a 400-watt AC outlet back here. Power windows, of course, and nice soft touch materials for the armrest. This is a little bit hard, but it's kind of patterned. But again, and the cloth seats don't feel too bad. This is the only light back here. I mean, you can touch it and it comes on, but that is about it. Let me go up front and let's go over my likes and dislikes and my driving impressions of the Ranger. All right. So, again, I kind of told you what the price is for this XLT. This is the new gauge cluster. We have a digital speedometer here, digital speedometer and a digital tachometer. Oil temperature, you can put that gauge up there. Fuel, and this is coolant temperature. And then we have all kinds of, I love how on the Ranger, just like on the full size, when you put it in drive, it'll tell you what gear you're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because this does have the 10-speed automatic, so I do love that. Fuel mileage, you can see, I was kind of hard on it, so I'm getting about 17, and this does have adaptive cruise, has that package. This is how you go through your gauge cluster here if you wanted to do that. We're going to go back. Anyway, nice and padded right here, and you got your power door locks right over here. You got your big 12-inch vertical touchscreen. Yes, vertical touchscreen with manual temperature controls for climate, for both passenger and driver. This is your volume knob. You can control fan speed, max defrost, max AC, recirculate. AC you push in the center. If you want to turn the climate on and off, you can do that. And then if you want to turn the radio on and off, you push this power button right here. I wish the volume knob was the same size as these. I mean, I can understand why it's smaller, but you know, anyway, cloth seats. This right here, you got your, this has 2 high, 4 high, 4 low. This has also, you can do your trailer backup assist where you use this as your backup thing. And this also does drive mode. So you can choose between, you know, drive modes of eco, sport, tow haul, slippery, mud ruts, sand, and then we go all the way. I wish it was actually a rotary knob instead of going like this or like this. I wish it was actual knob that actually continuously did that. Anyway, and then you push this button and this brings up your front camera, because this does have 360-degree camera. This also brings up tire pressure. You can do parking sensors. You can do downhill assist, locking rear differential. You can also do some other stuff as well. This gives you, as it loads, pitch and roll, parking sensors, and you can do your locking diff. There, now it's locked, unlocked. There we go. Get rid of that. Auto start stop, traction control, again, parking sensors, e-brake, parking, emergency braking, and then this has traditional shifter, being the XLT, wireless phone charger, and you have some USB-A, USB-C, glove box. It's stamped, and then we have a little shelf here, and then some other stuff as well. So let me go over my likes and dislikes for the Ranger, and then I'll give you my driving impressions. I just got done driving it. Also, this has the power, which is nice. Map lights here, sunglasses. Anyway, driving impressions for the Ranger. You would think you would get some lighted mirror, but it doesn't have any lighted visor for the mirror. Kind of frustrating. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, let's go over my dislikes. 3 dislikes, 3 likes. Here we go. Number 1, for the XLT, you're spending close to 50 grand because this has every option in the book. I would love some lighted vanity mirrors. Come on. I would love a little bit more, especially for the money, a little bit more quality in the interior. For this golf ball texture on the interior is absolute garbage. I hate it. Can't stand it. And they need to get something different. I know you can get something different in the Lariat and in the Raptor, but this golf ball texture is just, on the XLT, is hideous. So that's number 1. I wish the interior quality was a little bit better here in the Ranger, especially for the price you're paying. Number 2 dislike I have for the Ranger has to be, I wish that the XLT had a little bit more features. I mean, you're paying for the features. I wanted the features. There's some things that I don't have. There's some things I do have. I mean, we got adaptive cruise, and that's great and all that. But I mean, for an XLT, I you know, and I don't know. I just wish this had a little bit more feature content, and it doesn't. So that's another miss on Ford's part, especially for the money you're paying. And then final dislike for the Ranger has to be the ride. It's a little bouncy, especially in this FX4 trim. You can get a little bouncy and get a little unsprung weight in the back. I wish I had a little bit of a better ride, and I think the regular Ranger Sports do, but this FX4 is a little bit more bouncy. I wish it had more of a better ride. Now let's go over my likes for the Ranger XLT with the 2.7. Number 1 like, I do like the gauge cluster. I think this has good information without really overwhelming you. Of course, you can get a full digital gauge cluster in the Lariat and in the Raptor, but this is good. And I do love the infotainment screen. It has Sync 4. It runs very well. And I love that you get, maybe that's a number 2 like, is that you actually get some hard buttons and knobs to actually control this screen. You don't have to go into the screen. You actually get some hard buttons and knobs to actually do a few of the functions instead of going through the whole screen to do some functions, which I do appreciate that. This does not have a tune knob. It does have a volume knob, but not a tune knob. All right, where are we at? Oh, final like about the Ford Ranger is I love the way it looks. I think the Ford Ranger looks, I think it looks absolutely great. I love the way the Ranger looks. I love the style of the front and the rear, the sides. I think it looks great, like a grown-up Maverick. I love the way my Maverick look. This looks like a more mature, grown-up Ford Maverick before the Maverick got redid. So I do like the way the Ranger looks. Now, going over my driving impressions, going through the 10-speed automatic behind the 2.7, that's why I'm doing this video, is to give you my overall driving impressions, how the 2.7 responds, and everything else. Also, another thing that's weird for the Ranger is I have this right here. I have a key. Why in the world do I have a key on an almost 50 grand vehicle? Come on. It's ridiculous, Ford. Anyway, go over my driving impressions of the 2.7 Ranger. My driving impressions are pretty impressive. I have to say the 2.7 has good power. It definitely will spank the living daylights out of the 2.3. It sounds better. It's smoother, especially at idle when you start it up, and everything else. It's just a smoother driving experience and a smoother engine overall over the older 2.3 that the Ranger has. And I do like that. Again, it's a little bouncy because of the FX4 package that this thing has, but I love the 2.7. It sounds good. It gets up and goes. Mileage does suffer a little bit, but I mean, you know, you're in a pickup truck. You're only going to be getting about, you know, low 20s on the highway and maybe 20 around town if you're lucky. So, you know, I would just say for the mileage penalty, and if you want to spend an extra $2 grand, I would say go for the 2.7 over the 2.3 until Ford introduces the new updated MPC 2.3. But until then, I'd say rock the 2.7 and just forgo the 2.3. This is a great platform. Absolutely love the Ranger. And I can't wait until the plug-in hybrid version comes over to the States. I know Australia is getting it for 2025. I would love if they can bring the plug-in hybrid version here. And from what I understand, Ford might be doing that for 2026, maybe for the 2027 model year. We'll have to see what happens. It's going to be an interesting year, that's for sure. But I would love the plug-in hybrid version. I think that'd be a good compromise to bring that version over here to the States. Anyway, this has been JMC6000. Thank you for tuning in on this impromptu video reviewing the Ford Ranger with the V6. I'm pretty impressed. I would have to say this V6 would almost, if not come pretty close to beating my Explorer. And I think my Explorer is pretty fast with the new MPC 2.3. Anyway, you guys have a blessed day. Thank you for tuning in. Again, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Love to hear all your comments, feedback, everything else. Guys, appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next one. Be blessed.